let's just be honest, we are the hottest franchise in North America right now.
Another pitch for a new pitch as local leaders weigh their priorities for spending your money. Good evening, everybody. I'm Rob Braun.
And I'm Paula Toti. What's a bigger priority, replacing the Western Hills Viaduct or finding a way to help FC Cincinnati build a soccer-only stadium?
And as Local 12's Joe Webb reports live for us, that was the big question Hamilton County Commissioners wrestled with today. Hi, Joe.
Hey, Rob. You know, commissioners are facing tight funding deadlines on three huge projects. $330 million replacement of the Western Hills Viaduct, $100 million to build decks over the top of Fort Washington Way, and FC Cincinnati's December deadline for Major League Soccer expansion. All those topics were open for discussion today, but FC Cincinnati dominated the conversation. The viaduct is crumbling and a safety issue. Decks over Fort Washington Way could create 4 new downtown development blocks, and FC Cincinnati is just cool. All three had supporters speak out today. 2 for the viaduct, 2 for the decks, 3 for FC Cincinnati. Each took 2 minutes for their 2 cents.
These are major decisions, and they will be impacting this economy long term. And so we've got so many things on the table that we must consider.
Driehaus proposed using a new $5 license renewal fee to pay the county's part of replacing the viaduct, and discussion on that ended. But after all the talk, Commission President Todd Portune had questions for FC Cincinnati's Jeff Birding, who had passionately argued for county help. The team needs $100 million in public money to build a new stadium in hopes of moving up to Major League Soccer.
What happens if the expansion is not, franchise is not awarded? FC Cincinnati's not going out of business, are they? You don't have any plans to do that, do you?
No, we don't have any intention of going out of business. But we do believe that this is a unique opportunity that we should seize now.
Birding once again laid out a concept using tax increment financing and existing admissions tax, no new taxes, to get it done. Commissioners were non-committal but seemed willing to work with the team. Afterwards, Birding was optimistic.
No one really welcomes another stadium discussion in the community because the last one ended up being pretty painful. But I gather that they're willing to roll up our sleeves, and let's see if we can get this done in a model way that people can feel good about afterwards.
Now, Birding also said that if a Cincinnati deal falls through, they have a fallback plan in Newport. He says the Lindner family is committed to Cincinnati, and they will exhaust all efforts to find a way to build a stadium in Ohio. But he adds they think they can get a Newport deal done if they need to in time for that December 1st deadline. Rob?
Joe Webb, thanks very much. The county faces a November 2nd deadline for a grant to help pay for the Western Hills Viaduct. The grant application for the Fort Washington Way decks is due next Monday.